Ousmane Dembele to Chelsea. Looks like it's a done deal. Reports are coming out. Great news. Jules Koundé to Chelsea. The deal is all but agreed. It needs to be concluded by a specific date and I'll let you know. Lukaku's agreed to move away from Chelsea to Inter Milan. The only thing left, the two clubs have to agree. He's forcing a move and much more because we're getting a new sporting director. Let's get into it. I gave you guys the 411 already. Welcome to the Kavkas View. I'm sorry about the video quality. I don't have a ring light. This is what happens when you don't have the professional tool to do this job. Usually you don't know my camera is on fleek, my sound is on fleek, but in this case the lighting in this room is terrible and I don't know where to put my camera. I'll work this out as time goes on. I'm only here for 8 more days and I'm enjoying myself. Sue me. Let's get into the video because we have got an awful lot to get through. It's been terrifically busy for Chelsea. It looks like positive news on Dembele front, Kounde front, Lukaku front, depending on what side of the camp you're sitting, and on the side of the camp that we could be getting a new sporting director, which is very important in the development and the growth of Chelsea Football Club. Because Marina Garaskeva, as good as she is, it looks like she's out the door. Do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and it goes a massive long way. We're aiming for 1,000 likes on this video. It is absolutely imperative that you do this to support the channel during the peak time where I'm not in my studio technically. My living room with all the digital gadgets that I have that make the quality A1. But today, it's all about the content, not the tools and production that go with it. Alright, we're going to start with the Dembele news. Look, Dembele's been putting off making a decision after he left Barcelona, after he rejected numerous offers, for one reason and one reason only. He wanted Chelsea to be a player in his decision making. Dembele's got a great relationship when it comes to Thomas Tuchel. The two of them thrived together in that one golden season where Dembele literally was an absolute monster, where he was breaking through as the young hot prospect. Both-footed, absolute beast of a winger. People didn't know whether he's going to take a corner with his left foot, take a free kick with his right foot, or chip the penalty with his left and right foot. Both of them at the same time. He was that amazing. So now that he's rejected Barcelona, there have been numerous clubs that have been actively going after him. And whether it's Real Madrid's slight interest at that moment in time that they said, then there was the PSG, there were Manchester United, Arsenal, Spurs, and now it's Chelsea Football Club. But it looks like Chelsea are finally in pole position, and according to EF's games, she is a great French journalist who 9 out of 10 times gets everything spot on. She's ahead of the curve, she knows her stuff, and she's very impressive. She knows her stuff so far in advance that sometimes I think she guesses. But if you're guessing and it's that good, so be it. So she claims done deal on the Dembele deal. As far as I'm concerned, if she says it's done deal, I trust her reporting. For me, she's as tier 1 as they get. She does not regurgitate other people's news. She literally puts it out there and gives reasoning behind it. She actively said Dembele was waiting for Chelsea, the sanctions to be over, and now that they're over, the deal's all but concluded. Love to see it, I can't lie. Another deal that is being reported to be close to its finale is the Jules Koundé deal. Look, Jules Koundé has been a player that Chelsea have been after for the foreseeable future for a long time now, right? They've been actively trying to get this player. They've been actively remotely talking to his agent, whether it's through Chouameni or whether it's through Jules Koundé himself. They've been trying to get this player. And now, this deal is all but concluded because Sevilla's actively going to sign a backup centre-back from the Belgian league. And it's time to get rid of this drama. This saga needs to end. Last year, it choked because Sevilla asked for more money. Chelsea looked all but certain to get him. Sevilla have given up on the fact that they're going to lose the man. They understand that there is no way they can retain his services 2 years on the bounce after the man has made it so public he wants to leave. They have some shame, they have some respect for themselves, and they know they're about to get absolute great money. They bought him for 20 million euros and they're about to flip him for 60 million. So Sevilla want this to conclude before the 30th of June due to accounting purposes, so that the fee is put on this year's profit and balance sheet to ensure that next year they start with a cleaner start. This is something that I believe is going to happen. Once the transfer window officially opens, I could see Chelsea just triggering his buyout clause and this deal coming to a conclusion. Once again, reported by EM Gomes, and this is exactly what she's saying. And this is where I'm getting it from. You guys know I'm not the source. You guys just know I'm the reporter. I bring you guys what I read and keep you up to date with the club that you love. And in some cases, keep you up to date with with a club that you just want to keep up with. So let's move on to the next one. To say that this Romelu Lukaku situation is embarrassing would be an understatement, only because when we signed him, a lot of you, not me, a lot of you told me that, Alex, you don't know what you're talking about. He's going to be absolutely successful. We're going to bang out tons of goals, and more importantly, he is the replacement for Didier Drogba, Diego Costa, that we've been looking for a considerable period of time. Yet, right now, it hasn't even been 12 months and we're already trying to flog him out back to Inter Milan. And now I ask the question, why? And the reason is he's had enough of Thomas Tuchel. He's had enough of the lack of team built around him, and he believes that in a World Cup year he needs to be playing consistent football, and he wants to put himself in the best possible position to win a World Cup, and that happens by being sharp, consistent and ready to play. And for me, the key here is now Lukaku and his lawyer met up with Inter Milan and have sorted out half in his salary, his basic, from 250,000 down to 125,000, not including bonuses, to move him back. But the problem now arises that Lukaku can't do anything else. Now it's up to Inter Milan and Chelsea to discuss this deal. Inter Milan and Chelsea will discuss this deal, and if they can find a resolution, it'll work. The Telegraph is reporting Chelsea aren't taking no short change on Romelu Lukaku. You will be having to put in a loan fee with a nice payment, but you will have to have an obligation to buy him. There's none of this options nonsense. You're not going to get him for 2 years and then after say we don't want him, and Chelsea all of a sudden have a deprived asset on their books. Chelsea want a deal to conclude. If you can't pay now, you'll pay later. But Inter Milan don't have the finances. So I don't understand how this is going to be a starter. This is my personal opinion. I think as more time goes on, as people become more desperate to make this deal happen, so Lukaku gets more and more frustrated that the deal hasn't happened, I feel like he might start pushing more and Inter might start caving, or Chelsea might become more lenient. But at this moment in time, this deal is a non-starter. I don't see how it's going to conclude. And finally, this is the biggest one of all, in my opinion, as in for the longevity of the club and the reassurance of the club. It looks like Marina Granovskaya is going to quit the job at the end of the year. Marina is being with Chelsea for a considerable period of time. She has been a great asset to the club. Some people say she's with the club for the detriment, but I believe she has been a great asset. She's really developed us from a marketing standpoint, from a global entity standpoint, and made us into one of the most powerful clubs on and off the pitch in the world. Yet, people are ungrateful and want her to go. But what is the new deal? So it looks like she's going to be quitting her job at the end of August after the transfer window concludes, and we will be going after the Atletico Madrid sporting director. Why is this important? Well, if you know anything about Atletico Bilbao, not Madrid, Atletico Bilbao, you will know that Atletico Bilbao have a specific structure, right? They only buy selected players from selected regions. So south of France, north of Spain, they have to be Basque. This means his identification needs to be amazing. His talent IQ needs to be unreal. So can you imagine if he uses the same metrics to go around the world? It's exciting. It's really interesting that we're going into a different direction, and I want to see how the club generates from here. But for now, this is all reported news from different articles, reliable sources, and it adds up and makes sense. So we will have to take it for its word. So this is the Kavkas View. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Once again, I want to apologize for the production levels. You know my channel's not like this on a regular basis. I take pride in my work. I take pride in the quality of production I give you guys. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and it'll be back after the 10th being optimal, tip-top condition. Salud. Bye.